Graft eggplants on top of potato plants. Can you kill two birds with one stone? Potato with long roots. What about eggplants on the branches? First, fill the seedling cup with soil. Grow a potato seedling as a rootstock. Sowing with integers. Seedlings will be more robust and sturdy than cut and sown. At the same time, it can also avoid the invasion of incision bacteria. Agricultural planting. The reason why potatoes are cut into pieces and sown. To make the most of each bud, thereby saving species. Play a role in reducing production costs. When the potato seedlings grow this high after 20 days, you can graft. The neighbor just happens to have this special eggplant. Pick a branch of the same diameter. Cut off as chopped. Chopped eggplant. Cut off the excess leaves with a sterilized knife. Reduce water loss. Cut the potato seedlings horizontally, grafting with the simplest splitting method. Knife on potato stalk. Cut about 2 centimeters vertically down. Form a deep arm. Flatten and sharpen the bottom 2 sides of the eggplant scion. Exposed cambium. Direct fit insertion. Secure with grafting clips. Or insert it with a grafting film. Local materials. Shade with a leaf clipped to a scion. Reduced transpiration. Here's an eggplant scion left. Don't waste. Graft it onto another seedling in the same way. Increase the success rate of grafting. Potatoes and eggplant. They all belong to the nightshade family. In theory, it can be successfully grafted. Among them, chili, tomato, ginseng fruit, wolfberry, tobacco leaves should be able to graft each other. Can the grafting be successful? It depends on how well the plants are related to each other. And grafting techniques. And the management after grafting has a certain relationship. After 5 days of grafting, lift the leaves for shade. It was found that the edges of the eggplant scion leaves were slightly dry. Fortunately, bud tip is fine. 12 days of grafting. After so long has passed, the scions didn't wilt, and shaoyaya also sprouted out. This basically confirms that the grafting has been successful. Now, to transplant them into larger containers. Expand the area where the root system absorbs nutrients and water. Also for subsequent potato tubers. Provides more room for growth. I hope it produces more potatoes. After 32 days of grafting, below the graft, lots of stout potato flanks. They need to be cut off in time. Let the nutrients be fully supplied to the juice of the eggplant. After 46 days of grafting, remove the small clip. The graft site was also found to have healed. But the current growth rate of the whole plant cover, still relatively slow. After simple soil cultivation, to prevent lodging, I also need to insert a few bamboo poles to build a shelf. After 52 days of grafting, eggplant grows buds, but this is the time to grow. Cut them all off first. 61 days after grafting, dig along the edge of the basin with your fingers. I found that there are small potatoes growing. At this time, the eggplant branch also bloomed a small purple flower. Fix the eggplant branches with a rope. Avoid tearing the graft. A circle of white on the edge of the basin is a broken eggshell. Slowly releases some calcium and phosphorus. Grafting day 78. The first eggplant was successfully pollinated. It grew out. I plucked the soil surface with my hands, found a potato planting bag. There's a little bump on the side. It should also be a potato. Now cut off the old yellow leaves of the eggplant at the bottom of the plant. And potato sprigs. Enhance ventilation and light transmission. The broken eggshell continues to cover the surface of the basin soil. It can also play the role of heat preservation and moisturization. This delicate lateral branch has a flower bud. Give it a thin top wrap. After the 88th day of grafting, the eggplant is ripe, ready to harvest. Here you cut off most of the eggplant leaves. It is to better observe the final grafting. The eggplant on the left. It was grafted on a stronger potato stalk. So there are more eggplants. The branch on the right is relatively weak. Fewer eggplants. But there are buds growing one after another. It can be seen that the later output will not be too low. The eggplant is growing out. Potatoes are definitely what everyone is most concerned about. We peel off the planting bag directly. Be careful not to blink. Something magical happened. Gently disperse the basin soil. In addition to being full of roots, there are also small potatoes in it. Although he doesn't look big, but it's a lot. It turns out, potatoes grafted with eggplants can be successful. But such operations are based on traditional agricultural production. There is currently no particularly large production value. With economic significance, if you plant separately, the yield must be higher than this grafting. The quality will also be much better. But, if used in tourism agriculture and popular science education, I think there is still some meaning. At least, it allows people to understand the species and kinship of plants. Learn more about grafting techniques and plant knowledge. Finally, cut the potatoes and eggs. The eggplant is no different from what you usually eat. Pull out the entire plant. Cut off the grafting opening. Split in half. Let's take a look at the graft site. Drain the tissue completely through. It's not glued. Grafting opening on another plant has also been integrated. There is also a small potato growing at the root. It's really cute. Replant it in the pot. I don't know if I can still live. Did you learn it?